Hello everyone, my name is Verwey and I'm a grade 2 teacher at Pinnacle College Founders Hill. At the moment, our country is in a state of lockdown and our school is trying to give as many children as possible access to stories and books during this time. So please feel free to share this with your family and friends. Today I am going to be reading a story that I wrote with the help of my mom Debbie Kinlock as a project while I was still in university. The illustrations were done by my good friend Tafadzwa Tarumwa, who currently lives in Zimbabwe, and the video was compiled by my cousin Matthew Lister. The title of the story is Grumpy Frog. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a grumpy old frog. He just sat on his lily pad and croaked at everyone who swam past. All the other frogs were scared of him and tried to stay on the other side of the pond. It was very difficult because sometimes the food for the frogs was just where he was sitting. Sometimes the other frogs used to creep up behind him and try to catch a fly or a nunu just so that they could have food for that day. Just as soon as Grumpy Old Frog would see them, he would jump into the water and scare them away. Each day would go by, and each day he seemed to get more and more grumpy. One day, a little baby frog accidentally hopped onto his lily pad. All the other frogs jumped into the air to try to warn this little baby frog, but the little frog just sat there and said, "Hello, Mr. Frog, can I help you catch a fly?" All the frogs watching were astounded. They sat there with their mouths open in astonishment. Why was Grumpy Frog not chasing this little baby frog away? Why was Grumpy Frog being so nice to this little baby frog? For a long while they sat in silence until it became dark. The little baby frog said, "Goodbye, Mr. Frog, see you tomorrow," and off he swam to his family and friends. The next day the same thing happened again, and every day after that. Grumpy Frog started looking forward to little baby frog coming to visit. And the other frogs in the pond started to realize that Grumpy Frog was not grumpy anymore. He wasn't chasing them away, and he sometimes even let them sit on his lily pad. The reason why Grumpy Frog was so grumpy was because he had no friends. Grumpy Frog had found a friend. Brave Little Frog had helped Grumpy Frog to be a friend just by being patient and kind. Sometimes we can help other people by being kind and helpful, and then we will also have lots of friends. Thank you so much for listening to my story, and I hope that you learned something from it, and I hope that you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed reading it. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you soon.